Making progress here. Continued my archaeological exploration. Right down here, still have a good bit of ice back here. It's been 2 days since the water has been shut off. Welcome back. I have come back to the house that had the ice sculptures in the backyard. It's been 2 days since I had to dig up the backyard and turn the valve off, and 1 day since I have uploaded the video. And curiosity got the best of me. Hearing all your feedback about this green box and that is the backflow preventer, and that somewhere right around there should be the valve to shut off the water to that backflow preventer. Makes sense. I did a little Googling. I found some pictures of some more streamlined backflow preventers that have had shutoffs on each end. Obviously this one, everyone noticed that there were no shutoffs, but they have to be there somewhere. So I'm going to dig around. I talked to the property manager. He says, yeah, go have at it. If you want to go check it out, feel free to yank out some bushes if they're in your way and see what you find. But first, I'm fascinated with the real estate market, and I wanted to show you something that may pique your interest. So as you can see, this is a normal neighborhood with 1950s small ranch houses. This one here is the rental house that I'll be working on. And that one there looks a little out of place, doesn't it? Well, this lot used to have a house that looked just like this. So some guy bought a house that looked just like this house for $495,000 a year and a half ago. And then he tore the whole thing down and built this thing and listed it for $995,000. Yes, you heard me right. $5,000 less than $1 million. And couldn't sell it. It's been on the market for, God, I want to say 3/4 of a year. And it is now finally under contract for $775,000. Big ass house. Interesting siding. I really like that wood up there. Going to be a pain in the butt to keep that maintained over the years. Interesting real estate market. Here is this valve box. Control valve. Irrigation, it says on there. Try to get a close-up in here. Somebody was saying these are test ports. Well, that's a coupler right there, a male coupler, and this here is PVC, and this here is a steel pipe. Looks like. I don't see any arrows on these that designate a certain direction, so I'm gonna start digging through here, digging around here, and then because the water main comes right in through here, right straight up, and the water meter is right out there in a pit. So there's a chance that underneath this splash block here, somewhere right around in here, could be the supply that this is teed into with a valve that goes down into the ground. You can easily see on the left there that makes a 90-degree turn and heads out towards the yard. There is looks like a brick underneath it supporting it. Found no shutoffs around here. What is this? Looks like that's another piece of brick. This here is some PVC that looks much more modern than this pipe here that goes out. I'm gonna check over in this area, see where this PVC goes. Sound like a plan? Of course, we still have snow here, which I'm not too worried about. Didn't find anything. Get a little, ow. Got stuck. Ow! Son of a rose bush. Not much progress. I do see a brick right there, but I'm guessing that was just put there to support the splash block. So I'm gonna pop that thing up and see if there's any signs of a valve. Nothing. Oh, I'm stuck. So that pipe you see right there connects to that right there, to another steel water pipe. So I've dug down as deep as I'm gonna dig there. It's like a foot deep. I'm gonna carry this out to here and over. I don't want to get carried away. This is just for you and I to see if we can figure out how to shut the water off here. Got my old trusty Leatherman. Yeah, that's under pressure. That's under pressure. That's under, of course, all these are under pressure. Yep. So there's definitely water. And this is definitely in use. So this is not an old abandoned one. That was another question I had. So where is that water coming from? Could it be coming from this side? This old metal pipe here, go under the sidewalk, and somewhere there's another valve between the meter and here. Here's the relatively new PVC pipe. I thought it would make a turn, head back to the house, or make a turn and go down. I'm gonna dig a little bit further this way. This may be the output, is my guess. And that over there is the in. And they probably use this solid pipe to go underneath this, because this here is old, this little slab here. So that PVC pipe probably continues to go over there. And that is where the first valve is for the front zone. I'm gonna dig a little bit more here, and then I'm gonna go explore the front yard. I'm gonna shovel this snow out, kick some of the dirt out. I'm not gonna dig up the front yard, but... Okay, this is the water meter pit. It's about 5 feet deep. This side here is the street. That's where you shut it off. Goes through the meter, goes through here, and then goes down to the bottom of the pit. And then into the underground. Camera way down in here, hopefully I don't drop any of it. Here you go. Try to turn the brightness up in the editing, but I see that going straight into the ground. See some wires down there that someone probably cut off. I don't see any valve or any pipe coming off of this. Now, somewhere between here and there, I bet there's a water shutoff that goes down and taps into the water main, and this would be after that water meter right there. Making progress here. Continued my archaeological exploration. Right down here is that PVC pipe. Comes out of that green valve box there, through here underneath this slab, and I bet that is the main that supplies all the zones. Right here, much shallower, as you can see, standard sprinkler piping that goes to that sprinkler head there and then goes to the other side of this garden bed. This white one probably goes underneath here. If you remember, right around this area is where that one zone valve that I shut off. I bet it continues along the side of the house here, along the side of this house here, and then back to Ice Nation. Comes along and probably stops right here. Still have a good bit of ice back here. It's been 2 days since the water has been shut off. Of course it's been 50 plus degrees the last 2 days. Now, let me show you what I found. So I dug and chipped out all this ice here, and that was just a separate cap. This has me concerned that there is a third zone out here. So this zone here, well, I just packed this in for insulation. This is the one that I shut off. This one here, way down in there, I couldn't shut off, and I didn't want to force it. It hadn't popped open yet. But here's just another view with a different camera of the ice. It's starting to get slushy. There's that big thing there. Some of these craters over here. All up on this tree here. It's actually starting to melt down there by that sprinkler head. This here is basically how they make snow at ski resorts. 20 inches deep. All right, we got a little bit of bad news. There's the water meter pit, and I've raked all the snow off of here, but the ground is still frozen 3 inches thick. It's hard as a rock. I did find this little landscape bed here. This is supposed to be landscaped. It's possible that somewhere in this little corner here, of course, you hear that? That's mud. This frozen mud somewhere in this area under that grass. Like I said, the valve I dug up over there was 2 or 3 inches under the soil. Maybe with enough warm weather, because I'm in a t-shirt today, this will all melt. But it's supposed to snow this weekend. So when the ground thaws, I will be back, because I want to be the guy that solves this puzzle, saves the customer thousands of dollars, because this is all still usable if it can be figured out. Lunch is ready. My wife just texted me. Yeah, I'm gonna make it home for lunch. I only spent an hour here. Let me see here.
Be home in 25.
Oh man, it is so warm out today. Maybe I'll... Alright. I gotta replace the window motor. I have it. Oh, that's some air in here. Whew! It's hot. 58 degrees in February. 5 days ago it was -5. Crazy times. Global warming. So you might be wondering, did I get paid for this? Did not get paid for this. It's only an hour. It's only satisfied my own curiosity. Like I said, I did tell the property manager I had some ideas and wanted to go check them out. They didn't pan out. I thought, just like a lot of you, that somewhere in that garden bed, that front garden bed, was going to be a shutoff. As you saw, I dug it all up, and we can clearly see that main. That's an 1.25 inch PVC pipe to run all the way around the house. That's the main supply to all the individual zones. And I believe, because we saw hold on, let me get this. Saw that left-hand turn coming out of that green box, heading straight back to the curb, exactly in line with the meter. And somewhere along that route is a shut-off. Has to be a shut-off. And it's old piping too, not PVC. Scared the shit out of her. Sorry. Yeah, I need to get a drop-down trailer hitch, or get my drop-down trailer hitch back in service. So so why do I want to spend my own free time on this? Well, the lady that owns this house is rich, like filthy rich. She lives in a castle in one of the most prestigious streets in the entire city, and she owns a ton of houses. I've actually worked on her own personal residence a few times, but this is just how I market myself. Give the customer way more than the competition, way more than what they were expecting. One of the largest budget items of any business is their marketing. I don't have a line item for marketing. I just do a little bit of extra. And this one here, it also satisfies my curiosity. I like figuring out the puzzle. I love troubleshooting things. So that's why I did it for free. And I know as soon as that ground thaws, well, maybe I don't know, because I thought today I was going to find the valve underneath that splash block. But we will continue this in the future when the ground thaws. So stay tuned, make sure you subscribe, hammer that like button, smash it, do whatever you want to do to it. Just make sure you click it, ring the bell, all that business. You don't want to miss how this turns out. Goodbye.